Are we ready now? We had to restart because of somebody, but welcome back to another episode. So we are on episode number 2 of our podcast, and today's topic is, there's going to be a bunch of various topics. My husband doesn't really know what we're talking about. He knows like a gist of it.
I'm just here.
He's just here. I prepare. He's just here to respond on things. So, am I too loud?
No.
Okay. And we actually, that sounded loud. We actually got these stands. He's doing a little ASMR moment. Okay, take a sip. He's drinking a Red Bull, you guys. We have drinks today. Do it. Ooh. Did they hear you?
Interrupted my first sip.
Okay, do it again.
I didn't hear it. Hold on.
Well, you gotta increase your gain, my boy. Back to our podcast stuff. So I'm sure you can tell from our first episode, we didn't have these cute little, what are they? Microphone stands?
Oh, yeah.
We got microphone stands. Oh, so if you guys are only listening on Spotify, hello, we gotta explain how shit looks. So we have a Mexican United States flag in the background. We have a little sign that says Los First Gen over here. And then we have a sign above me that says you can't buy happiness, but you can marry a Mexican. And that's kind of the same thing. And for this episode, we got this little table off of Amazon because we get everything from Amazon. We got this little table, and then we got some microphone stands. And I think that's it for the new stuff, right? Do we want to introduce ourselves? I feel like we have to introduce ourselves each time. So
really, again?
Yeah, because I feel like people that watch this episode might not have watched the first episode. So my name is Thalia, and
hi, my name is Aaron.
We are both the hosts. Is it co-host?
Yeah.
Okay.
Co-host.
So we're both the host of Los First Gen, and let's get into it. So the first little topic that we want to talk about, because it's a new fucking year. Today is Saturday. It is, what's today? The 4th or 5th? The 6th. Sheesh. January 6th.
The year's already over.
So we want to talk about New Year's resolutions. So what are your New Year's resolutions, or what do you think about New Year resolutions?
I didn't really make any, and I don't remember the last time I made one. But I was just like, you know what? I'd like to go to the gym more often, at least the first 3 months of the year.
When everyone is there?
I'd just like to be slightly more consistent this year. At least once a week. Every week. I can't fail that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good goal because the bar is low.
I feel like I just feel like the consistency would help in the long run, and it would maybe help me go more often.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like are we going to yoga tomorrow?
No.
We're going to yoga tomorrow, you guys.
Okay.
So we usually do yogas on Sundays, and tomorrow's Sunday, so we are going to go to yoga. It's hot yoga, and I think my husband really fucks with it.
I do like it. It's fun.
It's fun. Some are harder than others, and every instructor is a little different, so that's kind of fun to see. So is that it for your New Year's resolutions, or you want me to do one? Okay, so I'll go with one of my New Year's why do we talk like that?
It's because you're first gen.
New Year's resolution is, well, actually, let me talk about this. Me and my sister made a little kind of bet. So one of them is we're not drinking through April. So that is a third of the year. It's like 120 days. And if one of us drinks, then we have to give the other $100 for drinking. And then the other one is eating any chips with red dye, because we are super addicted to those. So we're actually not eating any chips with red dye for the entire year. obviously you hear all these things like scientifically, like it's really bad for you, and it's actually banned in a lot of countries. And obviously we're like hot Cheeto girls over here, but we're trying to be better. And I'm trying to get my body ready for some big things. So no chips for this year. I think those are pretty like easy goals. And then for me, for the alcohol part of it, it's just through April. But if I feel good, then I'm just gonna continue with it. And if I want to drink after that, then I will, pero calmado.
Yeah, I feel like you've been pretty good about drinking anyway.
Ya no más que me chiflé esta última semana.
That's okay. It's the new year.
This last week me chiflé because I was like, I knew I was gonna like cut it off like cold turkey, and I was like drinking the entire freaking week, you guys. So those are 2 New Year's resolutions. We're not big on changing a lot of aspects of our lives. We have goals, but I feel like our goals go further than a year for the most part. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Last year we actually started doing this thing which we need to do it this year. We sit down and we write down the goals that we have for the year, for 5 years, 10 years. I think we capped it at 10 years, but obviously you can go further. So I think we're going to sit down. I'm doing my own personal, but I would like him to do it as well. I don't know if he's into it, but we're going to get him to do it. And we most likely won't talk about those goals because those are, I don't know. I feel like you hear this thing, it's like mal de ojo, and I don't like to talk about things before they come to fruition. I used to be that way, but I feel like I don't like to talk about them because I don't want them to give me ojo and for them to fail, even though I don't know how strongly I believe in that.
That's funny. I'm not really public.
Yeah, he's
very private, like keep it to myself type.
He is
stuff.
the opposite of me.
Not that I'm like malas vibras, but I'm just very private. So like you're like, let's do a podcast and tell everyone our life, and I was like,
yeah, that was a little hard for him.
Okay.
I was like, I had to convince him for a while, and then for some time he actually didn't want to show his face. Right? He was like, maybe I can just be in the background, and I told him, I was like, that's fine. We just had to figure out like our setup because it's obviously just gonna be me on camera. But then he came through and decided he wanted to be.
It's whatever.
Yeah. So this is a big thing for him. So if he's a little quiet and stuff, or doesn't talk as much, it's because he's trying to get used to the camera and the recording life. He's not really used to it.
That's not how I am in real life.
Well, yeah, he's like that in real life, and when he says things, they're good things. Like you speak facts. You know what I mean? You have good things to say.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are our New Year's resolutions. So if you have New Year's resolutions, share them down below. Let us know what you're doing.
What else did I say? I said I wanted to grill more.
Oh, grill.
Yeah, I wanted to grill some more.
Like, I thought he said grow. I was like, baby, I think you're past the growing stage. I thought you said grow, like, quiero estar más alto. I was like, grow? I'm sorry.
That's why you looked at me all confused.
Yeah, I was like, babe, I think the milk isn't helping anymore.
I said grill, no?
He probably did. I just didn't hear the L at the end.
Because you're first gen.
Oh my gosh. He's going to say that now because that's the name of the podcast. He wants y'all to know what the name of the podcast is, apparently.
Anyway, I'd like to grill some more. What did I say? Like twice a month?
No, I think you said once because I think that's an easier goal.
I said once, but then you were like, that's too easy. Do twice.
No. You had said like once every few months, and I said once every month.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Once a month then.
I told him to grill because he makes some bomb-ass burgers on the grill. And what else have you done? Steaks and chicken.
They're not bomb. They're pretty good.
They're really fucking good. He does not give himself credit. He's a perfectionist, so I think there's one time that you didn't hit the burgers, but that's the only time. And it was because you did them in that thing.
I'm not a perfectionist with the grill. It's more like a spray and pray type thing. And by that I mean like I just do it and I hope it comes out good every time.
Let us know your resolutions down below. I would like to see what other people's goals are.
What was your resolution last year?
Okay. Well, I had a few.
Just one.
Um, one of them was to walk the kids more, our dogs. So whenever we say kids, it's our dogs. We don't have human children. One of them was to walk our kids more, and we actually like literally made that happen. We walk them every day. And if we don't walk them on one day for any reason, it's like once every few weeks, but they get their walk every day. So I think we did good on that one.
Yeah, we walk every single day. Ask my knees.
So I think, oh, and then another one was to stay like be more active, I believe, and we did that.
Yeah, walking every day. Yoga. We did yoga pretty consistently, at least once a week.
Towards the end of the year.
When we started going, huh? Yeah.
And then I have my pole classes, so I would consider that a workout. Oh my gosh, let's talk about something exciting that happened this week. So for me, I don't know that you had, well, we did have something exciting that we probably won't talk about, but I got my pole. So I do like pole dancing, like I go to classes. And I got a pole. I think I talked about it in the last podcast, I'm not sure, but I got a pole, and it's so cool because I get to show him physically like what I've learned in my classes, and I also get to show him moves, like him get on the pole. And tell me why he's a better pole dancer than me.
Not true.
He is, you guys.
It's not true,
bro. That invert,
I just have upper body strength and I can just do stuff, but it does not look good.
Bruh, he flipped himself over. We're gonna have to clip in the video where you flipped yourself over. Yes, we have to put it in here. We'll put it in here. We'll have him put it in here. He was good. And then I show him something, and for the most part he gets it. There's certain things with his legs that he probably will not want to do, but
that shit hurts. No, nothing with the legs, please.
You did stuff with the legs though.
Yeah, but it hurt.
They're not gonna do any other ones. What about the shoulder mount?
Oh fuck no.
No shoulder stuff.
Dumb. Like painful dumb.
I feel like I can get some, like I can lift myself up a little bit already.
I know.
You should see the instructors, babe, when they're teaching us. They get on the pole like this, and well, on the back like this, and they literally like plank themselves up like that slowly, all the way fucking up.
Oh, hell
it
no.
is freaking, like, it just looks amazing. Amazing. Okay. What about you? What were your last year's goals?
Don't recall.
You don't remember any of them?
Really didn't have any.
You did. We sat down and we had some. We literally wrote stuff down.
Huh.
We have to go through our goals, you guys. Apparently, we're not prepared for that question. So now that we've talked about, did we want to do a 23 recap? I mean, it's just the basic stuff. Like, thankfully, our families were healthy all of last year. What else? We went on some trips. Everything is going like so good in our jobs. Like, I feel like we've just been better in our jobs, as in like salary wise and everything. And then we built our first home from the bottom up, which is on the market right now, so that's exciting. So I feel like we hit quite a few things that we should be proud of. So 2023 was good to us, and 2024 is just going to be better, you guys.
Yeah, and I really do think like setting up some goals really helps in being like, what the fuck did I do last year?
Yeah, I think it's like a guide. And I saw this TikTok where they said, you know how every Monday is a new week, so you're like a lot of the times people are like, voy a empezar la dieta lunes, right? Well, they say that the new year is literally like the Monday, like the Monday of like everything
of the year.
Yeah, like you're just restarting everything. And like I kind of hate when people say y'all aren't gonna change for the new year, like it's still you.
Damn,
like
fighting words.
I hate when people say that, because I feel like if someone wants to be better the next day, déjalos. Like they're trying. And say they're not consistent the whole year. Like say they wanted to lose weight and they were consistent for half the year. And then something like happened that got them down at mid-year and they weren't able to be fully consistent. But that whole first half of the year, like that doesn't count. Like I feel like people are trying to be better. Let them have it. And those that don't have goals, and I mean that's you, but at least don't bring those other people down. Like new year, new me. Obvio, you're not going to be a brand new person, but you're going to try to be better. And I think that matters. So let people do them and don't bring them down is all I'm saying.
So like, mind your business.
Yeah.
What if they make like a snarky remark to themselves?
Oh, well, I mean, if they make a snarky remark to themselves, no one's going to know.
Yeah, that's fine, right?
I mean, that's kind of crappy if you're that way.
I mean, yeah.
Like, say you tell me one of your goals and I'm like, like, I'm just like, I don't say anything, but I'm like, like, doesn't that, like, instead of like believing in you, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's not gonna happen. So, anywho, if you have people in your life that have big goals and you don't, just let them be them and let them try to be better. And maybe you should make some goals for yourself. Okay. We want to move on from this topic? You want to keep going?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next thing I have, and yes, I still have notes. At some point, I will remember these things. Okay. So there is this TikTok. I don't know, maybe I should bring it up because it'll explain it better. But there is this TikTok of this husband. This is like going viral on TikTok. There's this husband that went to like an H-E-B grocery shopping, right, for his wife for Thanksgiving, because she was asking him to pick up these ingredients to make this pie.
He went to pick up a pie.
No, he went to go pick up ingredients to make like this pumpkin. It wasn't pie. It was like something made with pumpkin, right?
Right.
Something that she makes like every year, basically for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And he was like, she gave him a list, and it was a list of all the things that she needed.
Right.
And he was there, and she missed one thing on the list. And it was like canned pumpkin.
Okay.
And he knew that she missed that thing on the list. Like he was like he knew. He says it on the video. He's like, she missed this thing on the list, but and then he called her and she didn't answer. And she texted him like, I'm busy, like I'll call you back in a bit or some shit like that. And then he texted her again and was like, hey, do you need this? Whatever. And she didn't respond. And he was like, I knew she needed it, but I didn't know that she had some at home, so I just didn't get it. And it was like he was like teaching her like a lesson, like next time answer your phone, or next time put it on the list. And there's like TikTok went crazy with this video, and they started like posting comments like, bro. Well, before I say what they said, what do you think?
Well, I think the joke's on him, because what the fuck's he gonna eat now?
I mean, it
Not
wasn't
pie.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the main dish, right?
But joke's on him. Lesson learned. You wanted some fucking pie, and not no more.
I want to show you.
Yeah, that was dumb. I feel like the inconvenience to maybe she needs it ratio wasn't much. And I don't even know if I said that right, but he should have just got the 70-cent fucking pumpkin can.
Yeah, and the thing was that she didn't answer him, so he didn't get it.
Yeah, that was dumb. You lose, sir.
I wish I could find it. I guess I didn't heart it, but y'all go look for it on TikTok and let me know who y'all think was right, because I feel like he knew. Like, say like you went to H-E-B and I gave you a list of things that I needed, but I forgot to, like, I excluded this one thing and you had no idea I missed it. Like, then I'm not gonna be pissed at you because you had no idea and I didn't give it to you in the list.
Exactly.
But like if you know in your heart that, oh, she most likely needs this and you don't get it, I think that's kind of asshole.
He knew she needed it and he even documented it on a video.
Yeah, like he documented as in like he's doing something right for the world. Like, I'm teaching my wife a lesson. Next time answer me, or next time put it on the list.
Sorry, kids, you get no pie because of your father.
I wonder if they had kids. I don't know if they have kids.
Yeah, like if it were, I don't know, any of your ingredients.
Yeah.
So you send me off with the list, I'm gonna get you that list and that's it.
Yeah, but if it was something that I consistently made for you, say like I was gonna make potatoes and eggs, and we had no eggs, but I just said, hey, go get potatoes, and you knew we had no eggs and you just didn't get them.
I knew we had no eggs?
Yeah, like you knew.
I'd be getting eggs.
Yeah, like, or like if you weren't unsure and like I was showering and I couldn't answer your call, you'd be like, let me get a little carton of eggs.
I'm gonna be like, hey, I only got potatoes knowing we don't have eggs because, well, I don't know what you were thinking, not putting it on the list. But now joke's on me because you're gonna be like, well,
what are you
go
eating?
Get the eggs. Now I have to go back again. Joke's on me.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think he went back he didn't like make it better.
Yeah.
Like, it just sounds like I don't know.
Like he ain't it.
Like, and those are, I don't want to say that, but
Good
I don't
fail.
know.
Good malas. Fail.
He doesn't, it seems like he's not the type to go and do like the little things. Like, he's just like he expects more from his wife than he gives. Is what he's giving off. Like, he's like, you should give me these things and I know that you need them, but I'm not going to give them to you.
I mean, it's really hard to like dive into that because we don't know, but
why make a whole video?
Based off of his failure to get a pumpkin can, you suck.
And also, like, why make a whole video? Like, if you did that and you knew in your heart that you did something wrong, I guess he didn't know, right? Because that's why he made the video. But I wouldn't document that. I wouldn't post a TikTok. Don't do what he did. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if it was some ingredient that was like $140, I'd have been like, it's not on the list. I ain't getting it. But we're talking about like maybe less than $5 worth of cans.
And he probably just needed one, and they're not that expensive.
70 cents.
I don't know how much they are. I don't want to say. Okay, so next topic that I have for us is...
Damn, we're really hung up on this guy, this pumpkin. All right, sorry. Go on.
Sorry. I just thought it was a big deal because like, you would never do that to me.
We're still... All right.
Okay, moving on. Gypsy Rose is out of jail, you guys. You know who Gypsy Rose is, babe?
Oh, I think I remember you telling me. The homegirl that killed her mom?
Okay, well, she didn't physically kill her.
Really?
Okay, so obviously I am the more invested person in like social media and in like true crime world. So I try not to listen to a lot of true crime like on the daily basis because it could fuck with your head. But I do know a little bit about her case. I don't want to say that I know everything about it because if I get some things wrong, I don't want y'all to come for me. But I did watch so they made a whole series called The Act where it was like a whole show about what happened. So that was one thing that I saw. And I also heard like other true crime people talk about this case. So basically, this girl, her mom had Munchausen's by proxy disease. It's like a thing where you make doesn't have to be your child, but someone's sick because you want them kind of to need you forever. So you make them sick. In her case, since she was very chiquita, she would take her to doctor's appointments and like point out things to the doctors. Obviously, this was I feel like it was negligence of the doctors as well, but it was she would tell the doctors like, oh, Gypsy tiene esto, like something's wrong with her. I don't remember exactly all the things that they would say, but it was like a lot, like to the point where she had cancer, but she did not have cancer, but she said that she had cancer. Y le cortaba el pelo, like she would cut her hair as if she was going through chemo. And she would give her medicines que no necesitaba. Like she did not need these medicines, and these medicines I feel like would actually make her weaker than like make her better because she wasn't sick. And so she kept this going, and she would tell people, if you see pictures of her, I'm not gonna bring them up now to show you, but so there was a lot of things that she did to her daughter. Well, Gypsy is the daughter. The mom, I don't even remember her name because I don't think I was very focused on her. I was more focused on Gypsy. But basically, she would like make her sick, and she would go to doctor's appointments, and I don't know how these doctors didn't figure it out. But they would basically prescribe her the things, and like they would be like, oh yeah, she does have these things when she didn't have these things, like to a point where like she had like a feeding tube y no necesitaba.
Oh, shit.
Like it was really, really bad, and my heart hurt just hearing the story. So she abused her at the end of the day, like in a very bad way. And she was in her 20s, y su mamá le decía que she was little. Like her mom would say that she was like 15 or something, but she was older. And she would tell other people, like the public, like the people that she would meet, she would be like, she's little. Cuando estaba chiquita, like littler, she would always say that she was like less of what her age was. And if you do see like pictures of her and stuff, she did look younger than what she was because of all the things that she was doing to her. Like she had her on meds, she had all these things going on with her. So basically what happened is she was abused her entire life. And then also the mom liked to get like props from people. Like she would be like, yeah, like I'm taking care of her and stuff. And like people would give her money. Le donaban cosas. They even took Gypsy to like Disney because she was like a Make-A-Wish Foundation kid. But like she didn't have cancer, like she wasn't sick. So basically all these mental things and all these physical things that she was doing to her daughter, and then her daughter figured it out. It had been like a long, she also put her on a wheelchair. She told her that she had muscular dystrophy where she couldn't walk, but Gypsy did not have that. Like she was like, bro, I can walk. Like, what do you mean? She put her on a wheelchair, and then eventually like Gypsy started like talking back to her mom, and she was like, I know, like I can walk, mom, like what's wrong with you? And her mom, I think que le empezó, like she would just be like, no, like you're sick. Like she was trying to convince her, fuck with her head. And then Gypsy ended up getting like a laptop or something. This is from the show, so if this is fake news, correct me or anything. But Gypsy is actually coming out with a show that she talks about the facts, because she says that she's like, that show, I had nothing to do with that show. Like, so she wants to like clear up things. But basically she got this laptop, and she started communicating with this guy. And so she met up with this guy, y luego este muchacho, they basically planned the mom's murder. Allegedly. I mean, I don't know what to say because I don't want to be sued or anything, but whatever, they did that. Y el muchacho la mató a la mamá. So she didn't kill her, but she what is that, like conspiracy, or like she accomplice, like she was physically there at the house. So what happened is that one night she like ran away, and the mom was like, I think like looking for whatever, and she was hanging out with this guy, and then they had planned it already, and they went back home in the middle of the night, y la mamá se me hace que estaba dormida when pues he like stabbed her to death. And Gypsy was in the other room like listening, but she obviously like didn't stop him. And then after that they ran off, and I think they like took off in a taxi, and they ended up in a hotel room, pues en el hotel. Like they had already said that they were looking for Gypsy because Gypsy had run away with this boy, and they ended up finding them, I think at his house, like his parents' house. Like that's where they found them. And well, then everything that happened, she went to jail, and she got sentenced to 10 years, but she did 8 years and she's out now. She came out this past week. Y el muchacho, he's in there for life because he is the one that committed the murder. So
premeditated shit.
So what do you think about her being out of jail? Now that you know kind of the story.
I mean, 8 years is crazy. Especially given her situation. I think it should have just been considered in full. Yes, murder is bad, but what her mom did to her and put her through, like, there's no paying that back to her.
Yeah, and a lot of people have like different sides, right? Some people are saying that she should have stayed in jail like for life, like the guy who actually committed the murder, and then others are saying that she I think she did a horrible thing because she conspired to do it, but I feel like she saw no other way out because she tried to get away from her mom, and somehow her mom always found her, because obviously she also didn't have the resources. Like, she didn't have anyone else but her mom. Imagine that. She had her dad, but her dad was somewhere else, and like she didn't have like direct contact with him. So I think she felt like completely alone, and that was her last thing. And now, well, also another topic that I wanted to talk about Gypsy is she's out of jail, and now she's like a freaking like TikToker. Like, she's like famous, babe. Like, she has like, I don't know if it's like 50 million followers.
Yeah. That's, I mean, good. That way she don't have to go out and get a real job.
Well, and she has a husband. So she came out married. She got married in jail, actually. And there's been, like, you get the hater comments or whatever. Well, they've been commenting on his stuff, like talking shit to him and stuff, and she's like defended him. She was like, do not talk about my man and all this stuff. And she's coming out on all the like the news, like they're like interviewing her and stuff. But yeah, she's coming out with her series, so I am going to watch that. But so that's all you have to say? You don't think she should have been in jail?
I mean, that's crazy, no? Like, could you imagine, like, what's one thing that you were like upset about with your mom or parents telling you, like, no, you can't do that?
You can't go out for the weekend.
You can't go out with your friends. Be like very upset, like, oh, I hate my life. Imagine.
Yeah, like you can't even compare to that.
I feel like that's terrible.
Well, yeah. Murder is bad, you guys, but
murder is bad.
And we don't condone it here, but I feel like condone is the right word, right? Like, we don't say it's okay. But I honestly feel like in her situation, that was the only way that she could see herself get out of the situation. And she's actually said that she wants to like create, I don't know if it's a foundation, but she's gonna do something to help those people that don't have voices, like advocate for themselves. I don't know how. I don't know if she's gonna do some sort of like maybe like a shelter type of thing where like people are being abused by their parents, for them to have a safe place. I don't know what her goal in mind is, but she says that she wants to do something so people won't ever feel like she did. So I hope that she takes whatever horrible lessons that she learned and she actually like does something good about it, right?
It's like she robbed her of her childhood and 8 years.
Yeah,
I don't know how old she is now.
She's actually 32. She's basically our age.
She stole her entire youth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's 30 something.
32.
She's still young. She's still young.
She still has a lot of life to live, and I hope that this marriage that she is in is a good one. And they actually asked her in one of the interviews, like are you something about being a mom, like, are you gonna take any tips? Are you gonna be the same as your mom or some shit? I don't know exactly what they asked her, but I was like, bruh. And she was like, I have a lot of actual people that have raised, like her stepmom. She said that her stepmom, when she was in jail, like she was there for her a lot, and that she would get guidance from her in help in raising her kids. And she's like, I never want to put my kids through what I've been put through. Like, I would do the complete opposite of that. And I hope that she is getting like mental help, because that is a big thing to like process in your mind. I'm assuming she did in jail, but I feel like now more than ever, especially with all the like the fame and the limelight on her, I feel like I hope she doesn't let all the fucking negative people like get to her too, right? Because I feel like all that trauma, imagine, and then like to go out, like you've been in jail for 8 years and now you're out, and now everybody like your famousness. So I hope that she's getting help and support from every fucking angle. But we wish you the best here, Gypsy Rose. And fuck those people out there that are doing these things currently, because I feel like there's a lot of fucking bad people out there in this world.
I mean, they're sick, right? Like that's a
They call it a disease.
Disease? That's wild.
Like, I don't understand it. It's like this just the disease that you want your kid to need you. I mean, it's a disease. I think it's like a mental disease, though.
Right. Yeah. It has to be. There's no way you like wake up one day and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this.
And also, she liked to get like props from people that she was a good mom and stuff. So yeah,
crazy.
That one's a doozy. It's
poetic justice.
It's a hard topic to discuss, and I hope anyone that's watching never has to or never has gone through something like that. And we wish you all the good in the world, Gypsy Rose. And I am gonna watch your series. Imagine she's watching this. I'm definitely gonna watch that because I want to know how her life was in jail. Okay, there's another thing that happened literally just yesterday, babe. I think it was the 5th. Yeah. I'm more on I think you're on TikTok too, but you probably have like what, dog stuff, or that's Instagram. What does your For You page give you?
On TikTok?
Or on Instagram?
Bars, Frenchies, skydiving.
Mine's
random pranks and shit.
Yeah. Mine's a lot. Mine's all over the place. It's like Mexican stuff, like Mexican moms. It's sad dog stuff. Crazy shit that's happening in the world. I don't know how it ends up in my shit, but basically yesterday there was a plane, Alaska Airline plane, that had to do an emergency stop. Did you hear about that?
I saw that.
Because like a window gave like,
no, it was a whole door panel.
Yeah, well, basically it looks like an emergency exit, but people were saying it was not an emergency exit, but then they went back and they said that that specific Boeing plane, that part was gonna be an emergency exit, but instead of like sealing it off correctly, they just did like the bare minimum and just put it back together, and that's what ended up flying off. And they had to do an emergency landing. I don't know where they did the emergency landing. Do you know? I don't know where the plane was going.
I'm not sure. I think they returned.
Okay. So now they said that nobody flew off the plane. Thankfully, everybody was safe. But what did happen was that somebody said that a shirt flew off. And there's this man on TikTok that I watched his video, and he said what they didn't tell you about that shirt that flew off is that shirt was on a little boy, and the mom held on to him for dear life, and his shirt flew off because the wind fucking took it. His shirt, because she was holding on to the kid.
Oh, okay. It's because you said her.
Sorry, I meant him. She was holding on to her kid, and his shirt flew off.
Damn.
That's fucking scary, right?
Dude, that's wild.
Okay, imagine you're on that plane.
That's why you're on a plane. You stay your ass seated. So long as you're seated, stay your ass buckled up. Because you never know.
What if you're that person right next to the thing that opened?
I'm just like minding my business with my seatbelt on.
And you're like on the edge, closest to that.
I'm about to sue somebody. I'm like this, like try not to look into death.
Supuestamente nobody's sitting on that aisle though. It was just like the nearest people like felt it the most, obviously.
Yeah.
I think I would be like, he's like, I would be minding my business. What would I be doing?
You'd be like, I'm dead. I'm dead. Panicking, screaming, hysterical. You're like, my screams will save us all.
Um, so he says that he would stay calm, and I like to think that I would stay calm, but I think I would just be holding on to you. Like, that's number one. And I would be like crying like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Just watching the video of this, I was like inside, I was just like, I felt it, and I was like, I don't want to go on a plane for a while.
Everyone from the video I saw, they all looked pretty chill.
Yeah, like you didn't
calm.
hear any yelling.
I'm sure everyone was just like, just praying and hoping.
Yeah, that was terrifying because it's like one thing, my thought process, if that had happened, I feel like I would be like, okay, I would see this thing fucking tear off the plane, and I'd be like, what part is tearing off next? Would be my thought process. Like I wouldn't think that that was over. Like I'd be like, what's happening next? Like, are we fucking going down? But also, my husband always says that if a plane's gonna go down, you're gonna die immediately. So what's the point of getting scared? That's the way that I calm myself down. You don't know. Okay, dices. What is what you say? What do you tell me?
Yeah, I mean, if it's going down and you're not gonna safely land in the Hudson River, then you're probably dead.
So
It'll be quick.
tell them what you tell me whenever I'm like freaking out.
Something I tell you all the time.
Not all the time, but if
Oh.
I'm like really like having a bad one.
If we die, we die.
No, I think it's more, I feel like you would tell me it'll be quick.
Yeah, it'll be quick.
So instead of him telling me like we're gonna be okay, don't worry about it, he's like, if it does go down, it'll be quick.
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel pain, it'll probably be very like too quick for you to even process.
Obviously, like being scared or anxious is, I guess, a normal emotion, but I do always say you shouldn't worry twice. Like, why?
Yeah, that's his thing.
Like, you're scared to get on a plane. Why? Nothing's happened yet.
Ooh, that's like a good topic to discuss because did we talk? I don't think we talked about this on the last podcast. We've talked about it before in real life, but basically we have two Frenchies, and if you know, you know. They have a lot of medical issues, and our first Frenchie, which he is going to be 5 this year, he I'd like to say he probably has had more issues, right, than the other one. By the way, if you're gonna get a Frenchie, do not get a blue Frenchie. Obviously they're not blue, they're more gray, but they have a lot of issues, specifically that color apparently, and if they're brindle they have even more issues. And basically, so he's had issues his entire life. What had happened was, the point of this is that my husband was on vet duty, so he took him to the vet because he had a bump on his, literally like his butthole was right here, and he had a bump like right next to it. But they wanted to see him back because, how did they tell you?
They're like, oh, it's a cyst. We gave him the stuff, antibiotics and pain stuff, and then they're like, oh, we'd like to see him again in a month. And then they said the C word, cancer. They're like, we'd like to see him in a month just to make sure this isn't some sort of cancer. And I was like, all right, cool.
And my husband did not tell me that they told him about the C word. They're just like, oh, they just want to see him again in a month to follow up, just to make sure that everything's good. But he did not tell me about the C word. And then I got upset with him because he didn't tell me until after he took him, or a day before he took him. And what did you tell me? You're like, what's the point of getting worried? Or what was the saying you say?
Well, you were like, why didn't you tell me? I was like, bro, I was going to tell you, and then for you to be worried for a whole month.
So that was
What
his way of seeing things. And I disagree with it, but I guess it did. How do you say? it like helped me not be worried for that entire month. But
For
still,
a whole month.
I already told him that I don't care that I'm worried for a whole month, that he needs to tell me these things. What do y'all think? Tell us down below. Like, say one of your family member is worried because they might have the C word or they might be sick with something.
Not even Baloo was worried though.
Ah, pues él no, ¿cómo va a saber? I feel like personally, like I told them, I was like, how would you feel if they had told me that I possibly had the C word and I didn't tell you, and I was waiting for my test results back for like a whole month and I didn't tell you? And he was like, he like doesn't care. He was like, oh, I guess it would be fine.
I mean, I guess I could see it. You're like, I didn't want to tell you to worry you because there's nothing to worry about yet. Or if you would have told me, I would have still been like, there's nothing to worry about yet.
So what do y'all think? Because I'm the person that likes to know even though I'm gonna worry, because I feel like for me personally, like say they gave me the news and they told me you might have the C word, but we're not sure, we're gonna run these results, these tests, and then we'll let you know, and I had to wait for a whole month. I feel like I couldn't be with myself in my own thoughts for a whole month of not telling anyone. I feel like it would be killing me inside.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't think you could hold that in, and then you don't have to. You can tell
But
me.
yeah, but I feel
You
like
can share
just
it.
because you're a man, like doesn't mean that you need to keep things in. Like you should be able to share those things with me, even if I am a worrier.
Yeah, and I do share everything with you.
So if they told you something at the doctor, like they told me, you wouldn't tell me. You told me you wouldn't tell me. He told me that if they gave him, like if they told him, oh, you might have the C word, that he wouldn't tell me until he knew for
Until
sure.
confirmed. What's there to worry about?
So you wouldn't be in your head about it.
Probably, maybe a little bit, but not even.
So you would want to hold on to that to your like on your own, like
But I
just
feel like it wouldn't sit heavy with me.
so you wouldn't care. So what if it was a high possibility?
If they're like, okay, if they were like, you most likely have the C word, but just to make sure, we're gonna run the test. However, you most likely have it. Then I'd be like, all right, that's different. That's different. I would tell you. But they're like, hey, we want to do some checks just to make sure and roll this out. Um, but nothing to worry about. We just want to do it. Just, you know.
Right? Because you say like they told you that like, oh, there's a very like low chance that you have this, but we want to run the test anyway. I guess I see it now.
Yeah,
But if they told you you had a high chance, then I hope that you would tell me about it.
yeah, like if in my head I'm like, all right, they said I have it, then yeah, tell you. Sure, why not?
I guess it's just because we're two different people. Like I like to
Shut up. We're two different people.
um I am a worrier, so if a doctor told me that there was even a low chance, like I would be freaking the fuck out. Like I always think, whenever you think of things, I always think of worst case scenario. Like what is the worst that could happen in this situation? And that's where my mind goes. And so I feel like he's not like that, but I am like that. So if a doctor told me that, I feel like I would be going crazy in my mind, that I would feel like I would need to tell you, unfortunately. So I feel like I would tell you about it. So now I feel bad. Maybe I shouldn't tell you things. Like instead of worrying you twice, maybe I just need to keep things to myself. You don't know, or what do you think?
I think you would worry more if you kept it to yourself. Like, I just feel like you probably need to share it.
Yeah.
'Cause you're an overthinker for sure. So I think talking about it helps you. So don't keep it in. But if you want to, that's your choice.
Okay. Okay. Well, there you have it, you guys. Two different perspectives, and we still like each other sometimes. Oh, tell them about the cold foam that I made you today.
Ooh, yeah. She made this cold foam out of ingredients and stuff, and that shit was delicious.
I will show you eventually. Maybe I'll show y'all on my.
It tastes like the Dutch Bros one.
Yeah, so if y'all have ever had the soft top from Dutch Bros, that's kind of what mine tastes like, I think. So let us know what y'all think about that topic, about what you would do if, and it doesn't have to be the C word, I guess, if just like some sort of sickness or something. Let us know what y'all think down below. Do y'all agree with his method of like he likes to like keep things to himself until he knows something is actually real, or mine that I like to share, I guess, my pain. I think that's what it is. But I think people will see it both ways. Because there's some people that are like me, that are overthinkers, that need that. And there's people that are like you, more independent. I feel like those people that are like him, they're more like mentally like good. And me, we're not as good.
But that's wild, no? Like, say they told me I had 2 months to live. Would I tell you?
Babe, I'll drop kick you right now.
Because then you would just shut down.
No, I wouldn't. I would quit my job and we would do whatever you wanted to do. What do you mean I would shut down?
You'd be sad all the time, though.
I mean, I would be sad, but for you, I would be
For 2
happy.
months?
No,
That's tough. What
I know,
do I tell you?
babe, but you would have to tell me, because you know why? Imagine me just going on about my life working.
Oh, yeah, no.
Do you imagine that? Like just going to my normal job and like only seeing you for, what is it, 8 more weekends? And me not knowing?
Yeah, but we live together. I see you every day.
I know, but we're not like doing
But what
fun
you're saying
things.
is like, I don't love my life every day. I do.
Yeah, but would you rather be on the beach somewhere?
Yes.
And I would not be on the beach somewhere if you didn't tell me anything, because I'd be like, oh, I have to work.
But I just imagine like at the beach, we're chilling, having a good time, having a mojito.
He does not like mojitos, you guys.
And then we're chilling, and then I look over at you and you're just crying. I'll be like, bruh.
I feel like there would be crying, but not all the time. So would you tell me?
No. Yes, I would. I'll tell you.
Why are we talking about dying? Ew. Can we talk about something else? Can we end this on a good happy note?
Oh shit. Good happy joke of the day?
Yeah, go. You have nothing?
Any jokes?
You want me to tell them my joke?
Yeah, go.
Okay, it's in Spanish, you guys. So if you don't know Spanish, maybe I'll try to tell it in English, but it won't be as funny in English. So here it goes. Había una viejita. You're already laughing? It's not even. He hates this joke. Everybody, okay, I've known this joke since I was little because my dad told me this joke, and like, I don't know if he made me memorize it, but I memorized it. So, había una viejita con 3 pelos. Haz de cuenta aquí, 1, 2, 3, right? Y tenía una nieta. Bueno, la viejita iba a ir al baile, güey. No sé con quién, se encontró un viejito, whatever. Iba a ir al baile y le dice a la nieta, hazme una trenza, mija, porque voy al baile. Y pues la nieta le está haciendo la trenza y pues se le cae un pinche pelo, se le cae, right? Ok. Ahora nomás tiene 2 pelos, así. Y luego le dice, ay, mija, y le dice a la nieta, ay, abuelita, se te cayó un pelo. Y luego le dice, bueno, pues hazme una cola. Y le está haciendo la colita, ¿verdad? Ay, le está haciendo la colita. Y luego dice la nieta, ay, abuelita, se te cayó otro pelo. Y nomás le queda 1. Y luego dice, pues mejor me voy con el pelo suelto. Y se va con el pinche pelo así, güey, al baile.
El pelo suelto.
El pelo suelto. Yo me hubiera sacado el pelo y me voy así.
What did we learn?
What did we learn?
The pinche nieta don't know how to do shit.
Ay, ¿y la abuelita para qué quiere trenza con 3 pelos? Pobrecita. My boy. Does it sound better in English or
It's the
Spanish?
only joke you know, right?
Yeah, this is the only joke I know, you
That's
guys.
why I laughed.
Do you have any closing
arguments?
Closing arguments?
Hearsay.
Objection. We will see y'all on the next one. I'm not sure what the topics will be. Maybe a little TikTok topics. Maybe my husband would choose a topic here or there that he's more excited about. Look at you.
I am excited. This
But
is my excited face.
yeah, that is his excited face. Subscribe to our channel if y'all like this shit. Comment down below what y'all like us, what topics y'all would like for us to cover. We are on Spotify as well, so I will leave the link down below, which I don't think I left in the last video, but I will do it this way. And follow us on Instagram. We have an Instagram, and we'll post little things here and there just to show y'all like behind the scenes and shit like that. And send us some DMs about what you'd like to see, or if you want us to talk about a certain topic. We're gonna probably do Am I the Asshole soon, so stay tuned for that. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. Sayonara. Adios. Je t'aime. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
Stop that.
Bye.
Stop that.